significance of paint is what brings the trailer back to life. It's the first thing anybody sees when they look at the trailer is the paint. That's the most recognizable part of the whole process.
And when we say in paint, it's almost 95% prep, whereas the last little 5% in the spray booth is just where you're changing the color, but a lot of that really is started in the prep.
If you don't prep properly, and once the paint goes on, any imperfection is magnified. So it is the hardest and most important process to paint. Putting the paint on, that's the easiest part of the whole thing, because you're just painting it and then it's finished.
So right now I'm back taping, so when we put the paper up, we'll just push the paper up against the sticky side.
Project restoration is so special and unique because it just connects so well to, Muskoka Brewery, the region, kind of everything we stand for, that spirit that really kind of captures Muskoka, that sense of adventure. Nothing's better than, a road trip up to cottage country and exploring all that Muskoka has to offer.
One of the reasons we were so passionate about this project is from the sustainability aspect of it. We were able to take this old trailer, renovate it, make it new again, and not have to go out and buy something new with new materials.
I love the idea from a sustainability aspect that it's something old that we're bringing back to life. In today's society, we see so much of, buy new, discarding of old, and this project, we're taking that old and refurbishing it and bringing it back to almost something better than it was. So it had this whole life before and it's filled with stories, and we're breathing new life into it to tell new stories for some lucky winner in Ontario this summer.
The uniqueness of this trailer is Muskoka wanted us to color match their Detour product.
In order for us to do that, print colors and paint colors are very different. So we actually had to scan the packaging, and we scanned the packaging to get the top color, scanned the packaging to get the bottom color.
And once we got the proper color code, we took it to our paint supplier and they made us the paint. And we used that color scheme through the whole trailer.
We do our painting in an automotive paint booth. This particular paint booth has a downdraft, so that means fresh air is pumped in from the top and then sucked into the bottom. And so when we're spraying, it's very important to have a good airflow so we're not having particles of air lingering as a cloud, and we get a very nice smooth finish when we paint in our paint booth.
So why did we choose a trailer to give away? I mean, we could have given away anything, but we really wanted something that connected to the outdoors. I mean, we're an outdoor brand. This region is synonymous with the outdoor space, the wispy trees, the rugged cliffs, the numerous lakes, camping, cottaging, just being outdoors. So it needed to be something that connected back to the region and to our brand.
When you think about Muskoka, you think about the outdoors. That's what we're all about year round. It's about getting outside despite the elements and black flies, and actually exploring no matter what. Rain, shine, doesn't matter. And I think that that's what makes this project restoration so cool.
So the baking process is, after I finish painting either the top or the bottom, they're pumping a high temperature into the booth to help the curing process. It makes it dry a lot faster, so we're able to paint the whole trailer in one day opposed to doing it in 2 days. So for the second half of this process, we're gonna go inside, we're gonna test the paint, make sure it's not too tacky. We're gonna peel off all the old paper, we're gonna retape it, and then we're gonna retape some new paper on the bottom just to make sure the bottom gets no overspray on top of it. I like to leave just a little bit of shadow of the other color, so I know when I spray, it's gonna cover the line completely and you won't miss any spots, so there won't be any primer showing through.
So I really think it's going to be a different summer up here in Muskoka. I think for Canada and Canadians in general, I think Canadians more than ever are looking to support Canada. What are the true Canadian brands across all categories, including beer?
Muskoka Brewery is a Canadian-owned company, local to Ontario. Nomad Customs is a Canadian-owned company, local to Ontario. And then the interesting part is it got another layer deep when we looked at the options for trailers to restore. We selected a Trillium trailer, so a vintage Trillium travel trailer that was made here in Markham, Ontario. So they're no longer in business, but it still has that heritage and tie back.
I think it's a great opportunity that this is a Canadian product people are able to try and win. And then not only when they win it, they can get outdoors and really adventure with their friends and family. And I think that is such a special opportunity for people where they can get outside, connect with nature. And I think that always gives such a unique experience for people that they really have so many really special takeaways from anytime you can get outdoors.
It was such an exciting moment to actually have Des spray the trailer and see it come out of the paint booth, and the colors look really good, and the whole project just started to come together.
As I'm painting it and once I see it, I just think, wow. It's just, it always blows me away from what the trailer looked like to what we've made it become. It's a very satisfying feeling because we know we did a good job.
It's always an interesting time when you walk into the paint booth after it's been sprayed with the lights off, and you're there first thing in the morning and you're not sure what it actually looks like. So you go on, flick on the lights and open the doors, and you're always caught off guard to see the transformation.
This is always the best part of the whole process. When you unmask it and see the colors together. This whole part will be covered by the belly band. So you really only see like maybe 1/8 of an inch on both the bottom and the top.
Not only is it like got that vintage touch, but there's also these really cool modern elements that like really bring the best of both worlds. And I think is like really awesome for a lot of people to have the opportunity to win.
It's really like seeing Muskoka come to life within this trailer. The colors on the side, very reminiscent of Detour. It's been such a great process, and having Nomad work with us on this has been great to see how they could take something that's 50 years old and make it new again.
So Des is taking the trailer to the paint booth. She's sprayed the bottom, masked it, sprayed the top, allowed it to cure, and then baked it. And then now that the whole paint is finished, it's back at the shop for its finishing touches. So the team is now going to go in, work on the cabinets, the countertops, the sinks, the electrical, the backsplash, the lights. Then we have our seamstress who's going to build all of the cushions. The flooring goes in, and this is where everything just ties in and comes to life.
I think whoever has this hitched up behind their car is going to be super proud of this one.